Nobody has any ideas? This sucks. I don't want to keep having to come up with ideas for shows all the time. It hurts my head. Dude, bail? I think bail. Bail. Yep, bail.
Welcome back, Albion Onliners, to another tips, tricks, and gameplay video by Neverduck. If you like what I've been doing on my channel, please smash that like button, comment, subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. If you don't like what I'm doing here, feel free to mash that thumbs down button, but give me some feedback to help me out and let me know what I can do to improve. This video is going to be more podcasty like most of my videos, so feel free just to listen. The gameplay in the background is of my guild going into a dungeon and wiping a team that was flagged in the yellow zone. Alright, let's do this. If you're new to Albion Online, you're probably asking yourself, where are all the quests? What do I do? What is the end game that I rush to like all other MMOs that I've ever played? What and where is the story? Well, there are two places you can get quests from the game. The starting area, which basically gives you a mount, commonly known as the donkey quest. And then you can also do expeditions, which are little portals that are found in every single town. It's a 1-man or a 5-man instance dungeon. You get gear, or you don't get gear. You get sigils that you can use to craft gear. You get silver and you get fame. It's not quite as much silver or fame as open world stuff, but it is adequate for quick in and out or a safer place to actually farm. So if there are no quests, what do you do? Here's what I do on my solo time. The first thing I do is I set goals, essentially quests for myself to progress towards. For example, I wanted to be able to craft tier 5 boots as soon as possible for my guild. So I planned out how I was going to get there. So I knew my guild was going to supply me with some mats, but I also knew if I wanted to get to tier 5 quickly, I needed to do some on my own. So that's what I did. I wanted to be able to wear tier 5 on my cursed staff, nature staff character, for when I go out in the with the guild and stuff like that. I can wear really decent gear, and so I planned out how to get there. When the guild said that they were fame farming, I'd go with them, or if they weren't fame farming, I'd go fame farm by myself. Another goal was I wanted all 4 of my islands, so that took all 4 of my islands with farms, buildings on them. And I wanted the buildings at tier 4 as soon as possible, and now I'm working on getting them up to tier 5 through gathering the materials myself. I'm not spending silver on stone to level them up. I'm actually gathering it myself, so it's kind of a slow process, but it's fun. It's something I've accomplished, and that's what you want to do. Is you want to find out what you want to do in the game, figure out how to accomplish it, and then do it. And just doing that stuff in the game, I find, is really rewarding. Because you're progressing your character, you're not going through some mundane kill 7 orcs and bring their ears back to this dude and then do it all over again, or do it in larger quantities. So basically what you want to do is you want to ask yourself, what do you want to accomplish in game? Then figure out how you can get there. Do you want to be able to craft tier 6, 7, and 8 swords or shields, or both? Do you want to buy a plot in the city and make passive silver just by letting people use it? Do you want to be able to gather the highest resources or solo gank anyone? Your story and your quest line is what you want to make it. So it's entirely up to you. Alright, let's talk about group play. This game is built around group play and the social experience. You need a guild if you're going to avoid burnout and get enjoyment out of the game. You need a guild to avoid or be able to fight back against gankers and zergs. You can't do it all. Fame farming is made easy when your group hits up a dungeon together, and it's all true. So get a group, get a guild. Even if it's just you starting a guild and adding 5 people, and you guys just go do things as a group of 5 to 7 or 8 people, it's worth it. Trust me, you'll be able to progress a lot quicker. You'll be able to protect each other. You'll be able to trade gear amongst yourself without having to spend crazy auction house prices. It's worth it. So a lot of people talk about endgame in MMOs, In this game, there technically is no end game. There's no raid that you're gearing up to go do and then progress through and slowly gear your character out. There's none of that. Your end game is the progression on your character or your group. Each person decides what, basically each person is going to decide what they want to do, and you go do it, and that's your end game. So there are people that consider their end game basically like a Farmville sim, where they go out and all they do is they raise animals, raise crops, and they kind of stay on their own island. They sell it to a guild or give it to the guild, and that's what they wanted to do. They don't want to go out and fight or do anything like that. You can set up your end game to be a solo ganker, so you get a nice bow build, and that's all you do. Just go out and solo gank. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and you rank your success by how many people you ganked. Maybe you got 3 out of 5 ganks and only died twice that night. So that can be your end game. You can put together an elite team of 5 to 8 people where you won't blob up on the mini map and just run around getting into fights each night. Maybe you're just looking for crafters to destroy and then take all their resources and then selling them, and that's your basically essentially pirates or bandits. This is a sandbox. You can build whatever castle in the sand you want. Just remember that. The biggest thing about this game is the social aspect. I'm going to link down below a Reddit thread that talks about drama in an alliance. Basically, one of the guilds in the alliance thought they were carrying all the other guilds with fighting and resources and everything else, and continually talked shit about them in the alliance chat that they had. They got in a fight internally and imploded, and now they're at war with each other. So essentially, the guild that thought they were carrying anybody ended up getting in a beef over somebody from the alliance taking a resource node that was near their guild territory, and because of that, they got all mad. They kicked the guild immediately. It started fighting. Other guilds dropped and joined this other guild, and it became, the alliance broke up, and they started fighting each other. It's pretty awesome. Read the thread. It's nice. So this game, the trust, the distrust, the envy, the big egos, that's what it's all about. This type of thing is what makes Albion thrive and become a great game. The guild versus guild in open world zergs, saying good fight after you wipe somebody or duel them, just being respectful to somebody. Or you can be the complete opposite, you can be a dick. And that's part of the gameplay. The memes, it feels bad, man. Stuff like that are going to come out of this game, and people that started it, and we'll be able to look back years down the road and say, haha, I remember that. You could be a spy. Basically, you could infiltrate another guild, spy on them so that you can let your guild know their location, when to do, when to attack, stuff like that. You could also be a stream sniper. People just watch streams to figure out where the streamer is and gank them. It's a pretty amazing game. I'm not gonna lie. All this and more is why I play this game. All the preparation for the organic fight or flight in the black zone. When you're in the deep shit and your blood starts pumping, the way you react, the way your group reacts, if you have one, that's the game. The fear of losing all your gear. Maybe you're on your last set that you had set aside to actually go into a black zone. Maybe you're on your complete last set, and if you lose this, you don't know what you're gonna do. It's what makes the grind worth it. It's what makes the drama in the guild worth it. It's why I play the game. Well, thanks again for all your support. Remember, thumbs up or down, like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. And when you see me in game, give me a sup.